thinking back for like why I started getting involved and started going to Grief Share, thinking about a year ago, 2024, man, I was just contemplating this last night. I was really in the thick of it. I've spoken up here a few times and just in conversation, but a year ago, my mother passed away from a bout with cancer. And then we just had a series of other events hit our family. Next, we had to put our dog down pretty unexpectedly, exactly a week after my mom's death. And she was 13, 14, the dog, not my mom. And then my really good friend, I don't know, in the midst of caring for my mom, and I hadn't realized how dark it had gotten for a friend of mine, and she ended up taking her life a year ago. So anyway, got hit after hit, and I remember hearing about Grief Share a year ago, and especially as my mom was getting sick, but I hadn't really made the decision to go, and then I remember sitting, and actually I missed the first session. I don't know if you remember me coming for session 2. And I was sitting in the parking lot, and I just dropped off, one kid at Awana, and then I just ran my daughter to the middle school youth group, and I was sitting in the parking lot, and I was just breaking down. I felt like I was drowning. And it was kind of a very last-minute decision to come walking in. And I was, I kept thinking, I kept delaying things. I was like, okay, I'm just not at a good place right now. Or there's people that have lost their husbands and their children, like this is maybe, I know. So I also felt I was in a little bit of crises or a little bit of shock, but just going for once a week, and actually I went through the whole thing twice. I went through the first time, and just taking that time once a week to be in grief in a productive way, to talk to people that have been there, to realize that, I'm not crazy. You're not crazy. This is grief. And it was so healing. And it's encouraged to come back. So I came back again about 6 months later, and then I actually opened the book and stuff at home a little bit. You'd be proud to hear. And it was a totally different experience. And so just wherever you are in the process of your grief, if you are in the midst of it, if you're in crisis or shock also, because after the first night, because why not? After the first Grief Share we went to, that very next day, obviously lightning hit our house and set our house on fire. So we also had a fire, and we were home. We were living in a hotel for 3 months. So anyway, it was chaos. But wherever you are with your grief, if it was years ago, it would be a very healing time to come back. If you've been through once before, you're always going to be at a different stage. So I was relieved when you asked me to facilitate, because I was feeling like maybe I should just take a break and just, sit with my dog in the lobby during middle school youth group, because that was also kind of fun. But then she asked me to facilitate, and it felt like such a, okay, yes, this is the next step for my grief journey. I want to help others with theirs. That was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be there.
Thank you, Tessa. I appreciate you sharing.